So I'm just waiting for the green light from Minnie. Okay, so let us begin our session by paying respect and homage to the Buddha. Let us recite Namo Tassa 3 times together. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. I pay my respect and homage to him, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened Buddha. Did you notice the day has begun to get shorter? Yeah. So that means we are not going to be able to have outdoor meditation on Wednesday soon. So maybe until mid-September we will be able to have the session. Then we will go back to our usual place, the Shrine Room Meditation Hall. But sometimes it also makes me like, we are going to lose the beautiful outdoor experience, because I know there are people who really enjoy meditating outside here, and this is also a great location. After all, we understand everything is impermanent. Nothing is permanent, so everything changes. So today I would like to talk about some Dharma guidelines to tackle with our toughest moments in life. And I think, when we talk about the toughest or the most difficult moment in our life, all of you can relate to something. Since we are social beings, we go through something. It could be relationship, it could be personal struggle, it could be education, it could be political situation, it could be social situation, and it could be anything from the interpersonal relationship. In fact, we do talk about this interpersonal suffering. We depend on something. People sometimes, let's say they work and suddenly they have to deal with tough people at workplace. And then sometimes they give you a hard time. Sometimes you get fired. Then that brings more worries, more difficult moments in life. Sometimes people feel these difficult moments when their loved one says goodbye. Sometimes people feel the difficult moments when they travel, when they get to see their next flight is cancelled. I think I had such moments. I used to travel a lot before COVID. I used to go to different countries. So then, although I'm a monk, but I'm not enlightened yet. So it is possible for me to really experience that toughest moment. Now imagine if you happen to stay in the airport for next 10, 15 hours. One time actually it happened to me at Montreal airport. I was flying to Geneva and it happened twice actually. So so we flew out from Toronto to Montreal, and the next flight is the same flight actually, but we were asked to go out. So then we came out. I said somehow there were a lot of passengers, then I lost the track. I thought I was going in the same direction to the same flight, but then I just came out, and then I was trying to go in. And they said, you have to recheck, the flight is gone. So then what can I do? It was actually a kind of wedding. These two people follow me online. The Swiss man, he's Catholic, and then the Saudi Arabian, I think she's Muslim. They follow me on Instagram, and whatever I post, some inspirational sayings, kind of change their life and make their relationship very stronger. So they hired the wedding planners from Toronto, and so they instructed the wedding planners, there is a monk in Toronto, we want that monk to come and bless us. So they contacted me. So they sponsored all my, the tickets, accommodations, everything. So now I'm going there. Luckily, the wedding day was not the following day, it was after 2 days. So then I called the wedding planners, and immediately she found me next flight, but I had to stay at the airport for another 12 hours. But I did not have to stay in the airport. Luckily, I have some friends living in Montreal. So then I called them. I said, I'm stuck at the airport. I would like to spend the night at your house. So they happily, it was an honor for them actually. So, and another time it was, I was flying to Malaysia. So I was taking Cathay Pacific. And so I mistook the time. I thought my flight was at 1 in the afternoon. But then when I went to the airport, I don't see any passengers there by Cathay Pacific. the section. And then I asked them, they said, "Oh, you missed the flight." It's in the night, 1, early morning. So then I call our friends in Kuala Lumpur. I said I missed the flight. So, but then I rebooked the flight. So I had to come to the temple in the same day. At 1 early morning, they had next flight. So I was able to get in. So, when such difficult moments come, then how do you handle? How do you face them without being so miserable? So like that, I'm pretty sure you can relate to some such experiences in life. But then, when I encounter such toughest moments in my life, I always remember one thing of the Buddha's advice. That is, there's a teaching of the Buddha says, no matter what happens in your life, sating upattaheya, as a monks, establish mindfulness. Establish mindfulness. Be mindful of whatever it is. That's very important. And I also talked to another lady. Actually, she is Sri Lankan. Her story is very tragic. During the COVID time, she lost, but her story is actually a very long story, but very tragic story. She is coming from very well-to-do family, and they were doing so well, but due to some political, social retaliations in Sri Lanka, her husband was murdered, and then she moved to Canada with the children. So she was working here as a high school teacher, raised 3 kids, and one daughter became a medical doctor. Another daughter, second daughter, was a big shot of a car company, and she's the one actually who comes up with the creative things, whatever the new things you add in the car, the technology, she is good at that. And then there's the son. So the daughter died from COVID. She was helping a lot of patients in California, and because she dedicated her life to the Dhamma practice, she was able to accept it and look at that from a different perspective. And then second one got diagnosed with cancer. And so I think she had enough, and she decided to get medical assistance, that's something like that. And so before that, she was also very calm. We were invited to come to the hospital. She took refuge, she observed the 5 precepts, and we did the chanting. And then after that, the doctor showed up, and then she was peacefully going. Again, this mother accepted that, and now she has only the son, who was the only caretaker of the mother. Now this is a mother at 80s now, and last year They went to Sri Lanka, landed there, and then I think the son wanted to get a SIM card, and as he was there at that booth to get the SIM card, and he just collapsed, and he got a massive heart attack and died. Now, so here is a mother who lost everything. But then she was interviewed by a Sri Lankan journalist when they got to know about her story and how still she keeps smiling without any pain. And how do you do this? So she talked a lot of stuff. And then she also said that one, I think the sutra I'm referring to you, she read that sutra too, that teaching of the Buddha. Said, no matter what happens to you, whatever happens to you, you have to be mindful about it. So when we say the mindfulness, being mindful, or sati, that means it is what it is. Sometimes you have to look at that point. It is what it is. There are things beyond your control. Sometimes what is not under your control, you have to let it go. Whatever is not under your control, just let it go. But if you don't, that is going to make you more miserable. It's going to make you go through a lot of suffering because you're resisting the reality. Sometimes you have to accept the reality. You have to accept the truth. It is what it is. So the mindfulness practice is very powerful. And like even here, when we meditate, there are a lot of things happening. It could be, let's say we are living in a major city, Mississauga, real urban life, and that's why I'm called the urban Buddhist monk even. So then we had to deal with a lot of stuff, and there's a major road, Kauta Road, a lot of traffic, and in fact those days we did not see heavy traffic on Kauta Road, but now, no matter what time of the day you go, there's heavy traffic. In addition to all this, this during the summertime, the bikers, how fast they go, making a big noise. And when they have this podcast, how they make to get the attention from the people. It actually, we thought we had the proper soundproof at the temple, but when we started running the meditation sessions, we realized the noise in the background is very loud, coming from the road. I had a kind of wishful thinking. I wish I had a strong mental power to stop the traffic from Dundas to Bloor during the meditation time. I had that wishful thinking, But then I read a book about Ajahn Chah. He's a very highly respected Buddhist monk who produced so many Western students. And he talked about the noise. He said, noise is not disturbing us. We are disturbing the noise by reacting to it. So you have to accept it. You have to be mindful. It is what it is. It's not under your control. Let it be. Make peace with it. Make peace with it. So In the same way, in our life, no matter what happens, it could be suddenly when you get diagnosed with something. I had a young man, he went for this medical checkup, and then the doctors found something in his heart. Now he has become a newly father, and now when doctor said there's something in your heart, that means we had to take some action, to do something about it. Then he also lost his father from heart attack, and then he got terrified, and then he was looking for me. I was not in town, but then he sent me text message. So I said, I'm out of town, out of province. I will be back this day. Let's talk. So I asked him to come. Even here, we just sat down by this Buddha statue. We talked about it. So I explained to him, giving an emotional reaction to this, not accepting it, is not going to help you. So have faith in the doctors and modern medical technology and see what you could do. Stay calm. So then, we have to be mindful about it. We have to accept it. It is what it is. Resisting it, rejecting it, denying it, pushing it away is not going to help us. In fact, it's going to make us more miserable. So then I always encourage people to sing that kindergarten song, during the difficult time. That is, row, row, row the boat gently down the stream, merrily, 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 life is but a dream. So this nursery rhyme, this song, kindergarten song, has so much wisdom and so much power to empower us to handle the life's toughest situations in a very different way. That is, no matter what happens, no matter what are the obstacles we have to understand the fact, I have to keep going, I have to keep moving forward. I need to keep paddling the boat of life. I need to keep rowing the boat of life. We understand when we paddle the boat, sometimes the water is very rough. It's rough, sometimes it's calm. So what's really important is to have a balance. There is a way to live our life. There's a way to paddle the boat. So we need to have a balance in it. And we need to be mindful for the fact that after all, we are in the waters, and anytime soon we could encounter rough waters. Although now it's calm, but anytime soon it will come. So when such things come, sometimes we also flip because of the strong wind and the waves. But then somehow we need to be skillful to get out of it. So these things we must expect. We need to accept. So the mindfulness practice is that. Be mindful of it. It is what it is, and accept it. And then when I would like to also share with you this, and how the Buddhist people see at the difficult times in life, when they face some problems. It could be very painful. It could be a tragedy. Now imagine there is in Canada some years back, this family lost their only son who just graduated, finished his last year of the university and last exam, and on that day evening he wanted to go for a walk by the sea in Newfoundland. And then they were walking, and I think it was the kind of ocean, but this big rock, and he went closer to he wanted to sit by the water just to relax, and he went closer to the waters in this slope, in the rock. He sat down, and he spent a few minutes there, and as he was getting up, guess what? He fell into the water. Even today, parents and nobody rescue workers could not find his body. They don't know what happened. It was in the news. At that moment, the parents made up their mind with this concept. It says maybe it's the karma. The karma took him. And also that recently, another family lost their eldest son from the motorbike accidents in Milton. That was also in the news. And then again, parents also, I think, they know Dharma. I'm very positive they must have felt the deep pain of losing their son, but they accepted this kind of maybe is the karma our son had to face. So anytime any difficult things happen in our life, everything is not karma though. Karma is just part of it. But then they make up their mind. I think if you talk to any Buddhist person from any Buddhist country, and if you talk to them about some difficulties in life, or maybe losing someone, maybe losing the job, maybe losing the house, or now there's another young Sri Lankan couple. They have a house in Etobicoke, and they went to Sri Lanka for a visit, and then their house caught fire. So then, I mean, it's very devastating, it's very tough, but then one way they handle it, or they try to overcome the toughest moment in life, is with this understanding. Maybe I had done something terribly bad in the past. Maybe now I'm facing the music. So, but then, during accepting this, what they do is, they try to transform that pain by engaging in some kind of wholesome deeds. They become more spiritual. They go to the temples. Even I can see the one purpose of building this pagoda and the statues outside. And we also have Bodhi tree, but Bodhi tree cannot be grown in this country because it's cold. So every Buddhist temple is equipped with the Bodhi tree, the pagoda, and the statues like this. Now we do all this to give an opportunity to the people during their difficult times to come to the temple to do their own meditation. to do their own prayers in a very free way. Now, after building this pagoda, I have seen people just coming and doing prayers, doing meditation. Even I have seen people like maybe they are say, I'm going through toughest time in my life. Please help me get out of this. Please help me navigate. You navigate me through this difficult time, not to face more toughest times in life. So when you do such good things, then it gives you peace of mind. It gives you more positive energy, and during that time, they also invite the monks to their houses to do some chanting, and also they give alms, the food to the monks, or they also go to the cancer hospitals and help the patients, donating the needs of the patients. During such times, sometimes they release the fish, they release the cows destined to be killed, and then they go to forest monasteries and meditate. Even here, I know in Canada, we have Vipassana Center in Elliston near Barrie. Actually, when people get stressed out, when they go through difficult times in their life, and they are advised to go to a 10-day retreat, and they go and meditate there for 10 days. And after 10 days of meditation, it's tough. You have to get up at 4, and there are a lot of sittings, a lot of mindfulness, no phone, no internet, no computer, nothing. You can't talk, noble silence. You have to just keep doing meditation. And they actually suffer more first couple of days. But after 5-6 days, they begin to feel the huge relief. Now why? Because during meditation, whatever you're holding up, whatever you're suppressing, pushing. Now in meditation, you're facing the reality, so you're just simply cleaning them, removing them, releasing them. And last few days of the 10 days retreat, people don't feel like coming home. They don't feel like going back to school. They don't feel like going back to work. Because it's such a release, such a relief, such a freedom. So during when we have toughest moments in life, I think that's also another very reason why even today when people go for counseling, the counselors, psychologists, psychotherapists highly prescribe meditation because it's good for you. Because when you come here, that gives you a different perspective. Let's say you come here. The very reason for me to give a Dhamma talk before meditation, to share this kind of wisdom, to tell you some stories, to give you some kind of motivation. So now, if you don't come, do you think you would be able to get this knowledge or hear this kind of stories? No. So, and then when you meditate, at least that gives you an opportunity to relax. Because when you worry, you are actually losing the energy. Because your attention is out there, stuck somewhere else. When you meditate, you're bringing here all this stuff. You're in the present moment. Sometimes when you face a toughest moment in life, immediately you relate that to something that happened in the past. Then you're projecting it to the future. So, so then in our case, what we do is we just encourage people to be in the present moment. Just be here. So when you train yourself to be in the present moment, that also gives you relief, some kind of different experience. And also, another way to overcome the toughest moments in life, no matter what happened to you or what is happening to you, always try to see the bright side of everything in your life, whatever it is. So, and also like how people say, count all blessings you have. You know how they even say, you can count 3 blessings you have in your life. So now, I think even the neuroscientists have done a research. This research was about what happens if you look at what you don't have, and what happens to your brain when you look at what you have. So this group of neuroscientists had 2 groups of people. The group A, they were instructed, though they have everything, but they were told to complain about something they don't have. And then they asked them to do this for 1 month. And then another, group B, they were instructed, okay, you don't have much, but can you just think of something that you have, whatever it is, and keep thinking about whatever you have for a month. And then guess what? They started doing this. Group A, although they had everything, but they started complaining about something they don't have. And they kept doing this for 1 month, and then there was a huge gap in the brain, which caused them more misery. But the group B, though they didn't have everything, but they were so happy to have something in their life. They were so contented with that. And when they started thinking like that, and their gap started, becoming smaller and smaller, and eventually it closed the gap. So that's the sign of their joy and happiness. They are fine, doing fine. So after doing this, the neuroscientists published an article at a psychology journal. They are suggesting to the people, no matter what happened to you, no matter what you're going through, difficult time in your life, during such time, always try to look at something that you have in your life. That's for me as a Buddhist monk. I'm so grateful to our community, because we are supported by the community. We have a roof over our head. We have a temple. I have a room, and I have amazing people. I have all the basic needs in my life. I'm very grateful to the people, and people actually respect us highly, and we are always there for them. We try to bring them peace, So we cannot complain. That's why when people ask me, Bhante, how are you doing? I always say, I can't complain. Now imagine if we monks start complaining, What about the lay people? So I also tell my colleagues monks sometimes, stop complaining. You have everything you need. But if you crave for more, of course, craving, desire, tanha, is the root cause of the suffering, dukkha. So during difficult time, just start counting all the blessings you have, whatever it is. If you have a job, you're doing good. That means you're making money. If you have some money, that means you can buy food. You can afford to pay the mortgage. You can afford to pay the bills, and you can afford to travel. You can afford to use a car. So you're doing great. You're doing great if you have a job. Like last week, I was telling that story. The young girl who was about to lose the job, but but then she did not lose the job. She is back to work. But how people start panicking when they face some such difficult moments in life. So in the same way, when we go through something like that, be mindful to start counting all the blessings you have. And then we need to be mindful to practice kindness and kindfulness during the difficult time. No matter what it is, be kind, be gentle to yourself, be soft, don't be hard on yourself. Where how people sometimes they are being so hard to avoid that hard time, how they get into the wrong things, even making their life more miserable, adding more problems. If they can't sleep, if they can relax, sometimes they start doing drugs and they start doing heavy drinking, and in order to numb whatever they are going through. But that is not the right solution to the toughest moments in life. So during such time, although it's hard, try being kindful to yourself. If you're being kind, then you're doing the right things. And during such difficult times, I encourage people to do acts of kindness. Maybe I say, go to a homeless shelter, volunteer there. Go to a local food bank, volunteer there. Go to a senior home, volunteer there. Go to a hospital, volunteer there. Or when you walk on the streets of downtown, just take something, whatever you have, maybe some fruits, maybe an apple, maybe some bananas. Homeless people love bananas, by the way. They love bananas. So, and just, take some extra bottles of water, and if you see a homeless person, as you walk, just give one. When you give such a thing, look at their face. When they receive your kindness, they light up with the joy of receiving your kindness. And when something bothers you, at that moment, try to visualize that smiling face of the recipient of your kindness. And so I had some Sri Lankan friends, and when they were going through something, I said, why don't you go to Sri Lanka for a visit to change the environment? And when you go there, what you should be doing is just if you can afford to take $500, $500 is big money when you're there, and buy some clothes and food or pairs of shoes, and go to a rural area, and then visit a rural school and just distribute these school items, or some clothes or pairs of shoes. And then when you give this to the kids, look at their face. see the joy of receiving a pair of shoes from you. So, and then that is a blessing. That is a blessing. And that blessing has the power to transform you, to uplift you from the negativity. And I highly encourage people to do this because I have been doing it for a long time. Even today I do the same thing. During the winter time, as most of you know, I go downtown with the care packages, and we gather at the Toronto City Hall, and from there we walk into different streets. And we just, I instruct them one thing. I said, when you walk, you have to walk like a Buddha. You have to walk like a Bodhisattva. Bodhisattva, that means, I am here for you. I am here to alleviate at least 1 second of your pain. Right? So you have to, with this intention in mind, when you walk on the streets and activate that intention into action by giving a care package. And when I have seen, like, there are so many times. I have been doing soup kitchens since 1995. Even the same thing, the sharing caring program. And you can see, like, these homeless people. They say, are you serious? Is this for me? You say, yeah, this is for you. And they just look up. Thank you, God, for sending this divine Son to us. Now imagine with a big smile, saying something like that. Oh, thank you. Even you say, can you give us a hug? I say, yeah. So I give them a hug, So it's a power. It's a positive experience you're cultivating through the acts of kindness. So during the difficult times, be mindful to do such acts of kindness to uplift yourself, to elevate yourself, to motivate yourself, to transform yourself from negativity to the positivity. And then, of course, the meditation. Lastly, during the difficult time, breathing is the most powerful tool that can help you. Learn the art of breathing. That's what we do here. You have to breathe like a dolphin. And then you have to learn to breathe with the technique we practice here with SSMK. Try breathing in and out slowly, silently, mindfully, and kindfully. And then make this a daily habit. Do it at least 15 minutes a day. And then, as you keep doing this mindful breathing, anapanasati, at the same time, do the metta bhavana, loving kindness meditation. Like you wish happiness, joy, peace, and freedom to yourself. May I be well, may I be happy, may I be peaceful, may I be free. May I be free from this pain and suffering. May I be free from this danger. May I be free from all these life struggles, difficult moments in my life. May my life, you can actually have as many positive affirmations as possible, whatever they are. And then, and then wish the same thing to all sentient beings. So this is going to completely change your life. So these are some Dharma guidelines to life's toughest moments. So just reflect on them and see whether it works for you or not. Okay, so with this in mind, now let us begin our meditation. Okay, so I would like all of you to Assume a very nice and comfortable posture for meditation. Even if you feel like lying down, that's also fine. All you need to be is just be comfortable with the posture. But if you would like to meditate like the Buddha, feel free to assume the full lotus posture or half lotus posture or simply a general sitting posture. You could rest your hands on your lap, the right hand on the left one, and you could have your back straight, but neither too rigid nor too loose. Now you could slowly close your eyes. Now give a very kindful invitation to yourself. Come to the present. You may also allow yourself to be like a turtle. When the turtle sees the danger in the environment, it chooses to go inside its own hard shell for safety. In the same way, withdraw yourself from the past, from the future. Allow yourself to go inside the hard shell of the present moment for your own safety. This is the green zone for you, the present moment. And always be mindful to keep your mind in this green zone. As you remain right here now, take a deep breath and let your whole body relax. One more time, feel free to another deep breath, this time through the nose. Hold the breath for a few seconds, then slowly let it out through the nose. Let the whole body and mind go into relaxation. Now, kindly remind yourself, I am practicing meditation not only to relax the body, to calm the mind, but also to feel inner peace and inner happiness. With such good intention in mind, now see whether you can be grateful for today's Dharma talk on the Dharma guidelines for life's toughest moments. See whether you can be grateful for this wonderful opportunity to practice meditation with this mindful and kindful community. Let your mind and heart become full of feelings of gratitude. Let such feelings of gratitude overflow and reach out to every part of your body. Let the whole body and mind become a great embodiment of gratitude. Now make a determination, no matter what happens, I'm going to go from moment to moment consciously, on purpose, and I'm going to meditate like the forest meditating monk. With such determination, you can listen to the sound of the meditation bell and let yourself remain grounded in this moment. Now slowly and gently bring your full attention to the ingoing and outgoing breaths. Keeping your mind in between the nose tip and upper lip. Let the mind watch and feel the breath going in, going out. Breathe in, breathe out with 100% attention and relax. There is no rush. Allow yourself to go slowly. just the way the people slowly keep paddling the boat, enjoying the beauty of the nature, both sides of the river. In the same way, allow yourself to breathe in and out slowly, watching the breath entering and leaving through the nose, and relax. As you keep breathing in and out slowly, at the same time, see whether you can breathe in and out with 100% silence. You could put your mind into silent mode, and with 100% silence, just watch the breath going in, going out. Do so slowly and mindfully, and relax. As you keep breathing in and out silently, also be kind to yourself. No need to be hard on yourself. Allow yourself to be gentle, soft, loving and caring. Just give an assurance to yourself, everything will be fine. Just breathe and relax with a heart full of love and kindness. Keep breathing in and out slowly, silently, mindfully and kindfully. Keep relaxing. Now you can slowly come out from meditation and feel free to stretch your legs and hands and remain relaxed. So I would like to do a brief blessing chanting. So to receive blessings, you may bring your palms to your heart. Bhavetu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada soti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sati bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sati bhavantu te. By the power of the meditation, by the power of the noble triple gem, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, may you all be well, happy and peaceful. May you all be free from all sufferings and pains. May no harm come to you. May no difficulties come to you. May no problems come to you. Finally, may you all experience the happiness, the bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, so that's it, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Actually, next Wednesday I will be in Vancouver again for 2 days. So I will have another monk to do this session for you. Okay? And I will see you in 2 weeks' time. But come next Wednesday. Okay, good night.